Hello Warfighters, Warriors Hell. Welcome to a brand new episode of Arma 3 gameplay. This is going to be coming out of our Resolute Alliance campaign, which is our 2035 World War III series. What's really awesome about this particular series is cause and effect matters, and there's consequences for how this is all going to end in every single mission. Since I don't know how this is going to play out, it's really interesting seeing how this story evolves. For example, this particular mission would not be happening if we had seen a better defense of the Georgian capital of Tbilisi. Let me give you a quick rundown, obviously, on what's going to be happening in this mission by going to the briefing here. So these are the battle lines as of the last episode. Really, a lot of the combat was taking place inside of the Georgian capital, but because of some real failures that we had, they were able to take the capital relatively quickly, and Georgian armed forces are crumbling all across the country as they have lost their command structure with the capital being lost. Now, with the CSAT advances, the hope is that the U.S. 11th Airborne, who was training in Georgia when this all started, and the remnants of the Georgian armed forces are going to be able to get up north to the Caucasus Mountains and mount an insurgency. It's going to be the only way that they're going to be able to continue on with the fight here in Georgia. So the main point of this mission is to try and fall back to one of the points across the country where the U.S. 11th Airborne is ferrying troops into the Caucasus Mountains via helicopter. You're going to be traveling via convoy to one of these locations. Depending on how many forces that we can get to these areas is really going to determine how much of an insurgency that we can mount moving forward. Now, because we were able to evacuate from Tbilisi relatively quickly and with a moderate-sized force, as we're going through this particular mission, I'm going to have a few squads able to fight with me if we come in contact with any CSAT. I don't necessarily believe that we're going to be encountering anybody, but you never know. Intelligence is really sketchy at this point, since not only have the Georgian armed forces really crumbled, but also their intelligence gathering has really faced a lot of problems too with the loss of the capital. Now, this is obviously not going to be the only group that has going to be falling back to this particular position. We've got a number of convoys that are moving pretty quickly, but we're among one of the first to fall back. I've got a couple vehicles in front of me, and you can see a few behind me as well. So I'm operating at just about the middle of the convoy. So if anything were to happen, we should be at... Oh, ambush. I was going to say, if anything were to happen here, we'd definitely be able to get into the fight. All the firing sounds like it's coming from the right side, and I'm looking where those who are getting out of the vehicle are shooting at. And yep, we've got CSAT in the tree lines. I'm going to be going as an automatic rifleman for this mission, so this is a time for me to shine. First vehicle's been taken out, so is the third one, and I'm glad I've been staying behind this one because I was really thinking about pushing up. But one concern that I have is seeing how they're taking out some of these vehicles relatively quickly. Like, while yes, I'm here getting myself patched up, I just genuinely hope nobody shoots a rocket at this particular vehicle. Otherwise, I'm going to end up going down quickly. I've stopped the bleeding, which is the most important part here, but I'm going to have to continue to get patched up in just a little bit. Dang it, first three vehicles are down. I can't use them for cover. The hope for me was I'd be able to push up, engage more of the forces inside of the trees, but I'm going to have to try and navigate like this and suppress anybody that I can. Throwing some white smoke. I might try and push to the left a little bit and engage them from a tree line of my own. Yep, looks like a lot of them, though, have gotten prone behind that truck. Downside is they have no cover whatsoever. I'm not seeing too many CSAT forces directly in this area. They might be a little bit farther to the right. Just running around with his binos out like he's trying to find where they are. You know what? With our convoy getting hit like that, I may just try and fall back, see if I could find another way to get to that helicopter and get evac'd from here. So yeah, I'm just going to try and move through these trees. There's a few roads that I've... Oh, there's even hostiles in these trees. I think I got one person right in front of me. You know, honestly, this is not good because as I've been trying to move through here, I don't know if there's any of the other guys from the 11th who are going to be following me in here. I might be all alone, but I really can't move around too far. I'm trying to fall back, but I'm taking a lot of rounds. Hopefully just getting a cover. That way CSAT doesn't spot me. Maybe I can flank him from the left side. I just don't know how many of the CSAT forces I'm going up against right here in this encounter. I mean, it could just be a team of 2. It could be a fire team. It could be a whole squad, and that would be rough for me. All right, there's one down. I've got no eyes. I mean, I've got the HUD, which helps me be able to spot where CSAT is in a heavily wooded area like this. But it's still not going to work if they're behind a whole bunch of trees. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Okay, so I do have some NATO forces with me. That does kind of embolden me to keep going, but I've been hit. I think there's somebody right up front that way. Yep, there's somebody. Ah, dang it. I could have dropped them, but I was out. It's actually kind of hard to see even the red diamond that shows up for him. Oh, there he is. Oh, dang it. I'm down. I saw his muzzle flash, and that was it. Now, all of our guys got wiped out right there. That was one heck of an ambush. I'm wounded. I'm down for quite a while. Fortunately for me, I'm not dead. And as I'm laying here, one of the things that happens is we have a civilian who comes through the area, spots me on the ground. He might be able to treat me and help me out here. Yeah, so with him being a farmer, he's not able to do too much for me right here, but he's able to at least stop the bleeding. And he's going to take me back to his farmhouse. Going to try and get me patched up there. Provide a little protection for me too as CSAT continues to move through the area. The hope is that I can recover here for a little bit before I have to get back on my way. I do have a limited amount of time before the last helicopter takes off. Knowing that CSAT is operating in this area, they're likely trying to find those particular positions and cut them off from any NATO forces. Now, I'm here for a few hours, and I'm in a position where I feel like that I can move. Just talking to them, they've kind of let me know a little bit more about what's going on. CSAT has this whole area basically occupied now, so they've been able to sweep through here pretty quickly. Now, as I'm talking to him and getting that intelligence, I'm hearing what sounds like a vehicle coming this way. And it's coming from the left side. I don't know if CSAT's here to check out this place or what, but I'm going to try and defend this area and seeing if I can at least start moving from here. You know, oh, they're coming from that way. Yep, it is definitely CSAT. Dang it, I feel like if they spot me... Yep. Whole fire team dropped him really quickly. But the only... Oh, they got the farmer. The dude who saved my life ended up getting killed right there. But no, that vehicle could radio my position in. In fact, that is probably what he's doing right now. I'm going to get some AT. Here we go. I figured it was just a full-on fire team, so you'd have somebody with a RPG here. We'll get that picked up just in case he has it radioed in. I want to destroy him, but I guess it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of scenario here. Because if I don't destroy this, he's definitely going to call in that I'm here. But at the same time, if I do destroy him, I got a giant pillar of smoke here that they can identify something's happened. I have no idea what hit me right there, but I'm bleeding once again. Well, seeing that the farmer's been killed and the person who was here with him has kind of fled from this area, I'm going to try and take this vehicle and see if I can put some distance between that explosion and myself. I'm still going to have to stop at some point and stop this bleeding. Yeah, I would expect we're going to have some CSAT crawling around this area, and so it's just a matter of making sure I don't get spotted. Oh, dang it. Bad driving on my part. Okay, got to keep moving. I mean, I think even right now I'm at a far enough distance that I don't think they're necessarily going to look for me, but I want to get into some of these trees. So, like, what I've got over here on the right, I think this is going to be a good place for me to stop, get myself patched up, and then I can continue to move on. I think I'll proceed on foot rather than going in this car, just because I'm very limited on where I can go. I mean, obviously I'd have to stick to the roads, because if I'm like driving in the middle of, you know, trees and stuff like that, that's going to be a dead giveaway of where I'm at. But I'm starting to hear, as I've been patching myself up, a few vehicles coming this way. I think there might even be a helicopter as well. So I'm going to keep my head down here for a little bit. I'm going to let them pass by, and then I'm going to start moving to the southwest here. Yep. We've got a helicopter that's come in. Looks like he's got a searchlight too. Yep, so they know something's up. But I don't think they necessarily have a clear indication of who or what it was. I mean, they could be looking for a large force here. I mean, they know that there was a convoy going through this way. Granted, they annihilated everybody, but there could be a second convoy that's coming through or something. I'm starting to hear some vehicles. I think one ended up passing me, but I was looking over there. What's now off to my right, I saw a truck coming down the road. We might see some headlights, and that'll... Oh, yeah, there's definitely some headlights coming from that town. I'm going to avoid going into that town. I may not be so lucky finding somebody who is sympathetic to Nato and willing to take the risk of keeping somebody in their home. And again, even if I am able to find somebody, I've got a limited amount of time before I can get to the helicopters. Okay, yep. A couple of trucks right there. They haven't stopped, so I figure they're heading to that farm. And there's a lot of wide open space right here. I'm basically going to have to bound from bush to bush to try and keep some cover as I'm moving through here. And there's got to be some CSAT forces inside of the town, so that does worry me a little bit. Dang it, I forgot I don't have a flashlight. Okay. I just remember it's somewhere in this area. That airfield, I don't think that's where it's operating from. But I'm going to continue to head west and then maybe cut south. And I've got something on the road up ahead. I don't necessarily know what that might be. So once I get to some of the bushes here, it'd be nice to get my binos out and take a look. But this guy might be coming back. I'm getting in this bush. I don't know if he will be able to spot me. I mean, with his spotlight for sure. See, this worries me because he's like got a search pattern going on around here. And I don't know if he's got his thermals on or what. Because if he had thermals on, I can imagine he would have spotted me right there. Unless I really did have enough cover, but... Alright, I got small bushes like this that are going to make it difficult. I'm going to really have to keep my ears open, waiting to hear where this helicopter is coming from and if it is moving my direction or moving away. That's what I feel is going to break my cover more than anything else. Alright. Still bounding forward. He slowed up his search pattern. Okay, that does kind of worry me. I'm spotting something on HUD. Is that 4? I thought I saw 4 diamonds over in this direction. I'm not going to move because I want to stay inside of this bush. Hopefully, I won't be spotted. Because it kind of works both ways. CSAT also has the same HUD system that I'm using. And as I was telling you guys earlier, even if the AI is inside of like a bush or something like that and it distorts the view enough, they won't register on the HUD. And so if I can stay in here, the hope is that they still won't spot me either. I might have been noticed because it looks like they're alerted and they're moving towards my position. I'm not going to engage them unless they fire at me, but that could be deadly. They'll definitely give away my position. Oh, that guy's crouching. This isn't good. Yep, they know I'm here. Full auto. I think I took 3 of them down right there. This last guy, I don't know if I got him. Oh, there he is. Okay, I think I got everybody, but man, I got wounded pretty bad. I feel like once again, I need to get moving out of here pretty quickly. I don't know if they radioed in my position, but if there's more forces inside of the town, they heard that engagement, the helicopter could be coming back, and if the helicopter did give our position or give my position away, we're going to have more people coming. I mean, I'm in pretty rough shape, actually. I got to at least stop the bleeding here. So I'm going to apply a few tourniquets to the arm and leg to stop the bleeding. And then I'm going to get the chest taken care of. And then I'm going to get moving. Normally, I would stay here and try and get every part of the body patched up. But I got to rush. Same thing as before. Try and get as much distance between me and them as possible. But I don't know. Maybe I'll see what I can do about getting the leg here in a little bit better shape. At this point, I don't know if I'm going to be limping. That's going to be absolutely problematic for me if I'm trying to get out of here quick. So I'd have to apply a splint. And to be able to do that, I need to have that fully bandaged. But yep, hearing that helicopter, I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm okay because if I was able to run to this position, that's right, I was able to run, so I don't have a problem right now with limping. Again, got to keep moving, but I want to run away from this helicopter as much as possible. I don't think at this particular angle he'd be able to spot me. Honestly, I feel like if he knew where I was right now, he'd be shining that spotlight on me and following me around. All right, moving to the next bush, and then we're going to continue to just bound forward. I feel like now I'm in a really good place behind that helicopter, and I can move a lot more freely. I just have to keep my head on a swivel, though, and see if there's any other foot patrols that might be inside of this field, and if they're coming to my position. All right, I might try to patch up a little bit more right here at this bush. Okay, now I've got, looks like a vehicle around here as well. Might be one of the ones that we saw moving to the farmhouse earlier, or this might be a completely different one. But I thought I saw a squad in the back of the truck. If those guys get out, there's no chance whatsoever I'm going to get out of this. I'm still pretty wounded, and being outnumbered 8-1, I'm going to get knocked out pretty quickly. Maybe even 10-1, actually, knowing the size of the squads that they have. I mean, this is a large area to cover, so one squad I don't think necessarily would be the most effective. I think they're just on patrol waiting to see if they get some information, and then they'll hop out. But same thing, I'm going to start moving behind that truck. I hear the helicopter coming from over there, but I think it's behind the tree. Yep. Got to get moving. This road that's right in front of me is actually the road that we were going to head down to get to that extraction point. So I know exactly where I am right now, and I know where I need to go to get to the position on the map that I need to be at. But up ahead, see, I was telling you, like, I really wanted to see what was over at that light. But just looking down that way, I see what looks like a CSAT checkpoint. Yeah, that's where I was at earlier. Yeah, there's a CSAT vehicle and a checkpoint. So I might be able to commandeer that vehicle, drive it to where I need to be, and that might be the one way I kind of get out of here. It doesn't look like, from my perspective, that it's a large checkpoint. So we might just have a fire team inside of this area. But as I was saying before, I feel like a squad would definitely take me out. I think a fire team has a very strong chance of taking me out. And with as much blood as I've lost, I mean, you can already tell the difference in color here has gone more gray. But yeah, having lost a lot of blood, I really can't take much more damage and hope to stay up for a while. I still have the tourniquets on, as opposed to straight up bandaging them. I don't hear the helo or anything, so this might be a good chance for me to move up. Now, the way that this checkpoint is set up, I am on the back side of it. Everybody is looking down the road up ahead, so this would be a good chance to take at least one of them down by surprise. I just need to find a good spot. It's like, do I want to get closer to him, or do I want to try and do it from here? I feel like the farther away I am, you know what, the farther away that I am, I feel like they're going to have a better chance of getting a hit on me. But I'm set up where I think this particular tree is going to cover me from the guy on the right side. I've only got two I need to worry about. All right, there's one down. Dang it, as they've dropped, I can't get good shot on anybody. I'm really just firing in the direction of where I'm seeing these muzzle flashes from. That guy's down, and then I've got the other person by the vehicle. I don't think I necessarily want to take him down just yet. I don't want to risk hitting the wheels, but I've been hit once. Okay, I think I've got that guy. So there's one person left. Okay, I got to move because I don't know if those guys are getting out. I mean, they probably don't want to just roll right up on me like that. So I think they're going to get out. I got to move quick. Yep, so I'm still bleeding right here. I'm going to try and lob a grenade over on the other side. Yes, I'm running the risk of destroying the tires on that side, but I need to survive for sure. And this guy poses a real threat. Grenade probably did some damage to him, but didn't kill him. Get low here. Uh-oh. I'm hearing my heartbeat. Let's stop the bleeding. Yeah, I'm in really rough shape here. Okay, you know what? That's fine. I'm going to lift up the checkpoint here. Get the arm up. There we go. And yeah, I got to move quick. I don't see the squad behind me, but they're coming. Now I'm going to have to find a way to radio them and let them know that I'm coming in a CSAT vehicle that I've commandeered, because that would just be absolutely terrible if I get to the point and they start opening up on me. I feel like that at this point now, seeing that I think I'm back in NATO-held territory, I think I'm going to be relatively safe here. But I stop some more of the bleeding. I just got to keep moving. Blood loss is a huge factor right now. I could pass out at any point. And so even if I am able to get to the helicopter, if I pass out, that's not going to be good for me. I get treated inside of the helicopter. You can see things have gotten worse. It's impacting my vision immensely. I'm still in a ton of pain, and that's because of the tourniquets at this point. But I can hear the helicopter now. It's off over to my left. My heart's pumping. I'm in an immense amount of pain. And despite all of that, we're going full adrenaline, and I'm going to try and sprint here as quickly as I can. Yep, nobody's following me. I'm still somewhat paranoid, though, that we could see some CSAT forces push up on me right here. Guys, I think I'm going to make it. I'm really worried, though, I'm going to pass out, like, right here. Within sight of the helicopter. But I feel like if I made it this far, I'm going to be good. Oh my gosh, guys, I think I made it. Oh man, here I am, gonna get inside of the helicopter, and then this mission is complete. So we lost a lot of guys, which means that for the Caucasus Mountains, we're not gonna have as much as I had hoped. I really wasn't anticipating an ambush like that to take us out, but we're gonna have some troops inside the Caucasus Mountains trying to mount that insurgency. So that's going to be what's happening in the future episodes. Make sure you guys subscribe and come back for it. You saw all the pop-ups and everything. But I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you watch this all the way through, go ahead and comment with escape, just so I know which video that you guys ended up watching and who has been watching these all the way through, because you guys know that is a huge, huge help for me. Big thanks to everybody helping me on Patreon. I really couldn't do this without you. I know I say that every time, but I genuinely mean it. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you want to support me on Patreon, that is in the description below. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching this episode of Resolute Alliance and all of the other videos. Really, guys, I appreciate it. War is hell. You don't have to worry, because Warfighters, I got your 6.